This is Cape Coral Talk Radio. And now, broadcasting live from Hooked Island Grill in the heart of downtown Cape Coral, here are the hosts of Cape Coral Talk Radio, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for coming to Hooked Island Grill for another award-winning episode of Cape Coral Talk Radio. We are here every Friday night from 5 o'clock until 6 o'clock. And then the music takes over. I understand they have a wonderful band playing tonight. The Flying Aces, or is that what they're called? Some kind of aces. I think they start around 6:30 or 7 o'clock, so they're a very popular band.
I would like to know what award you are winning with this show, because...
Well, speaking of awards, was there a race last week or 2 weeks ago?
I don't know.
The 5K that we ran in downtown Fort Myers was the Cops and Joggers. A big shout out to all the cops and LCSO reps and all the military out there. It was a great event.
Fire department was there.
Fire department. And the weird thing about it was that race included a bridge. And our times from that race were faster than the times that we ran here for the Jingle Jog, which was on a flat surface. And I thought I had a great time, but it turned out I came in sixth place, which really is fifth last place. And my wife here came in first place in her age group. So she came home with a medal. You got one round of applause out there, dear.
Every once in a while, you get lucky.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, as you all know, is the Tour de Cape. It's the start of the Tour de Cape, which is a 5K on Saturday and then a bike ride on Sunday. And we have Kim is registered for the 5K on Saturday. And so I know she's feeling a little bit under the weather, but she's got to suck it up and maintain her title.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
So good luck to everybody that's going to be out there in the Tour de Cape tomorrow and Sunday. And right now we're going to get to the star of the show, the reason why you're all here, and that is to hear from your council member, Rachel Kaduk. Big hand for council member. Microphone number 3. Just make sure. Good to go here.
Oh, here we go. Well, hey, thank you for coming on down. How are you this fine evening?
I'm good. Staying busy. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yes.
We love having you on the show. You were a great guest the first time we had you on, which was up on the stage there. So
that's right.
Anything interesting going on in your life?
Yeah, it's been kind of busy, right?
Yeah.
I rang in the new year.
So the first question I wanted to ask you was, your husband, did he just have a birthday?
He did, just 10 days ago.
Yeah, what were you guys thinking about that video you posted of him dancing? That was kind of weird.
Okay, so my husband loves me dearly, and anything I ask him to do, he does. So I said, what do you want for your birthday? And he was like, I want sushi, and I want you to be my bartender. So I made him some martinis at home and give him enough martinis and tell him I want you to dance for me, and there you go.
What a dancer he is. Was that like a disco thing you were doing there with the hands up in the air? Did you guys speed that up?
No. So if you watch the Bruno Mars video, that song just came out, and it's the exact dance that Bruno Mars does.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
We're way out of the demo, dear. So you have no idea probably what that is.
Yeah. So let's get the first thing out of the way, and it's just to see if there's any update or anything that you wanted to talk about. Where does your court case stand as of today? Can you kind of update us on that?
Yeah, so I have waived all of my appearances. However, I think the next date is February 12th. I haven't had any day in court or anything yet, but it's February 12th. I've already completed DUI school. I have my ATS counseling tomorrow at 9 a.m. I have my AA meetings, all the things, doing all the things.
Right. So what has your life kind of been like since that whole thing happened? You can't drive right now. So yep. What is totally changed? And I don't want anybody to think I'm poo-pooing driving under the influence. I'm not holier than thou. When I was 19, I got one. When it was 40 years ago. I don't want anybody to think I'm poo-pooing. People get hurt in their accidents, people die and change people's lives. So I'm not overlooking that in any way. So how has it changed
and thank
your
you
life?
for saying that,
Yeah.
because no one got hurt, nothing was hit, nothing really happened other than I turned too sharply and got pulled over. So here we are. I don't have a license. I hope to have one back here within the next 60 days because I've completed all the classes and counseling. It's been tough on my family, very tough. I have my dad driving me. I have my friend Taylor driving me. I have my husband driving. And let me tell you, it's scary being the passenger all the time. I like to be in control, and normally I drive everywhere, but it's been a lot to sit back and be like, whoa, brake.
Yeah.
So on the 12th, is that when you'll find out about getting your license back, or that's a separate?
So the DMV is one aspect of it, and then the court case and trial is another aspect of it. So on March 21st, I will be able to get a hardship license because I've completed all the things. There's a 90-day wait period.
Okay.
And financially, from what I understand, these things aren't cheap.
Yeah, that's kind of funny, right? You know how you always get some money in your bank account and then your car goes bad or something? We got our Christmas bonuses from the bank, and then this happened the very next day. I was like, oh, Christmas bonus gone. Good thing I already bought Christmas presents. It was a very light Christmas.
Now, I know this will come as a surprise to a lot of people here, but I've never been in a jail cell. What is it like to
cold?
Well, we can
quiet. Lots of tears.
Yeah.
I was actually by myself.
Okay.
I didn't ask for that. They just did that. So I thank them for that. I believe it's called solitary.
No.
Oh, no.
It's a very, it's called the shoe. Okay. So it was very metal-like.
Yeah.
There's a bench. There's a toilet, which is also your water fountain, that I did not know because I was asking for water and they're like, it's right there. I'm like, that's the toilet. They're like, push the button, and then the water shot out. I was like, oh, okay.
So you came out dehydrated because there's no way you drank out of a toilet, right?
I drank out of the toilet.
Oh.
I certainly drank out of the toilet. I did.
Well, I mean,
and there was like one tiny little window up the top, and I curled up into a ball. It was very cold. I curled up into a ball next to the door, and I could see the guys looking down at me. Give them a little wave.
The prisoners?
Yeah, the ones that are like working.
I see.
Like they're mopping and cleaning.
I see.
But they're not allowed to talk to you. And
were you in there for one day? Is that what it was?
I got arrested at 9:21. I finally got booked into the system around 1 a.m. and I got released at 8 a.m.
Yeah. And so, what are you thinking about when you're in jail?
Lots of curse words. Yeah, lots of curse words in my head. Lots of crying. Thinking about what I have to do, what steps I have to take as soon as I get out of here. And that's another thing. I never got to make a phone call. I don't know if that was, I don't think it was on purpose, but I never got to make a phone call. When they finally did come get me, they said, okay, you have to change into the red jumpsuit, take your photo. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you have to change into the jumpsuit, take your photo, but you're already bonded out. And I'm like, in my head, my wheels were spinning. I'm like, who bonded me out? I mean, hopefully it was my husband, but it was my dad.
Okay. Yeah. So, the first time that you see that video, I mean, did you think that it was going to be as big as it became because you're a council member? I mean, it was
and that was
crazy
another thing.
big.
So there's a few things that the media did that fake news, In the police report, it does not state that I drove up the wrong side of Del Prado, yet the news kept saying that. So I don't know where they got that from. The other thing was, so the video, I, of course, watched the video. If you know me, you guys see me at council, on the dais, in life, in leadership, in all the things. And if you watch the video and you know me, I act the same with the police that I do on the dais, that I do in my personal life. So
yeah, you're a bit prickly, but that's the way you are at the council meeting. That wasn't out of character. That's what Kim said. She's like, no, she's exactly that way all the time. And
I mean, I don't know if it worked for you that night.
Well, of course, if I could go back and do it all over again, I wouldn't have stuck my fingers in the cop's face and said I'm going home now. But hindsight. And there's no amount of regret that changes the past. So it is what it is.
Right. And so you see that video for the first time, and you're humiliated. Yeah. And your daughter has to see it. I mean, how do you go through that whole process of working that out with your family?
Yeah. So it was tough. My dad, he bailed me out, bonded me out, whatever, paid the $1,000, picked me up. I didn't have shoes. So I have my jail shoes. They give me flip-flops. He picked me up, got in the car. He drove me home. I opened the front door. Brandon was sitting on the couch with Rex, and he, of course, had to crack a joke. He's like, so how was your evening?
Oh, gosh.
Without missing a beat. And I said, terrible. Did you behave? No, of course not. And then, of course, I had to apologize to my daughter. She came out of her room and, well, she was at school. And when she came home, I was like, I'm so sorry. And she was like, yeah, it is what it is. We have different last names in our house. So I think it was good for her at school in that regard. She also works at a sports bar, so she sees a lot of it, and she's actually had some really good questions. She's like, Mom, I don't understand why you can drink at a restaurant or at a bar and then get in your vehicle and drive home if it's illegal. And, it's tough I'm like, it is what it is. There's a legal limit. However, in Florida, it's a 0 tolerance limit. So anything that you drink and drive home, it's evidence.
Yeah.
Do you regret not doing the breathalyzer, or do you still think that was the right call?
It's interesting about the breathalyzer because I was already under arrest. So what are they going to do? Uncuff me and send me home? No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The decision had already been made as far. Yeah.
He said you're under arrest. I'm going to jail. They're not going to let me go now. So
the other thing too is you're on social media more than I think I see some of the other council members before the incident. And so, I mean, you know how to work the social media thing. And oh my God, some of you people out there, I mean, I get it in some ways, but in other ways, it's like everybody was an angel. Like nobody had ever done anything wrong. And it got really, I'm sure you had to stop because it really, I had to stop.
I think a lot of the stuff was positive.
I was going to say, I don't know if my algorithm is hidden, but what I saw was a bunch of support.
On your page, for sure.
I had so many people handwrite letters to my home.
Wow.
Emails to the council, email to my personal email, through my website, text messages, social media on Nextdoor, Instagram, Facebook, my phone. As soon as I got my phone back, I mean, I had my first calls were from prior elected officials and elected officials just blowing up all day in support and, saying no one's perfect. And I think that's one thing that we do forget. We're all just residents that decided to run and we happen to win. So we're on the dais now, but we're just humans. We're just one of you that are trying to help with the government.
Do you think this, go right ahead. Do you think this, all right, I got 2 more. Do you think this it will impact your political career in any way, or do you think eventually?
I think the people just
calm down, Gloria.
Said
calm down. No cackling from the audience. This isn't a town council meeting.
So I have no idea what my political career is or path is. However, it was a humbling experience. You'll never catch me with any alcohol. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I learned a lot. I learned that I am a public figure. I think that was the biggest smack in the face.
Yeah.
I didn't. The media, back on the media, the one thing that I heard a lot of was she tried to use her power to get out of it.
I didn't see any of that.
I watched the video and I never used my power to get out of it. In fact, I was in the jail cell and they knocked on it and said, how long have you been on council? And I said a curse word back, the F word, because I was so upset. I was like, oh, they know, no, this sucks.
Yeah.
And they're like, how long? And I was like, November 2024. And then, of course, as soon as I got released, it was already on the news.
Right.
Yeah.
But when we do a public records request, it takes 20 weeks, but it's already on the news.
Right.
Great job. So, yeah, the media, that was very interesting.
Yeah. Well, were you drunk?
I don't think I was drunk.
Okay. So the other thing I do want to say about the video, and you don't have to agree with me on this, is I felt like, I don't know if the police officers knew at the time what was going on and knew that this was going to be like a major story. I mean, obviously I knew it was because of covering it. I mean, plus you saw what happened in Naples. That thing is still going on in Naples. I really felt like they were very professional. Like I was watching the video, and I don't know why the news press came out with the same video the other day that everybody had seen. It's like, why are they rehashing the same thing? It was
Old
the same
news.
exact thing.
Yeah.
And I really thought that the police officers were very professional, in my opinion. Just watching their facial expressions. I mean, I watched the Karen Reed case, and I saw the other side of how police officers can really be a-holes. And I really thought the Cape Coral Police Department was completely professional in the way they handled that.
Yeah, they take an oath. They're great guys.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts on that before we move on?
I mean, it's old news. We got to let the legal process play out. We're innocent until proven guilty in America.
And you're doing what
I've done all the things that my attorney has advised me to do. He doesn't like that I'm out here being me, but that is what it is.
Yeah. And by the way, did you keep the jail flip-flops as a souvenir?
I did keep the jail flip-flops. They're in our bathroom. I mean, I've never worn them again, but I did keep them so I can remind myself. They're right next to my scale, actually.
I feel like that could be an auction item at some point.
Yeah.
So.
I kept the jail flip-flops next to the scale at home in the bathroom.
I don't ever want to say I've kept the jail flip-flops. I don't ever want that to come out of my mouth. So, all right. So you guys are dealing with a lot of things on the city council, and the first thing is that I wanted to just kind of go through it quickly was the Seven Islands project passed, and it was 7-0. And I couldn't figure out why it was 7-0, but you stepped out. Why'd you step out on that one?
Thank you for asking. I have a full-time job at the bank.
Okay.
I saw a bank call coming in. It was 4:40, so technically the bank closes at 5, and I'm a loan officer. I'm a commission-based loan officer. When my realtors or my borrowers are calling, that is my money. That is how I pay my bills. I saw an important call coming in, so I stepped off to the side room. I looked at my phone. It was 2 minutes, and in that 2 minutes, they made the vote already. I thought I was going to come back and be able to vote, but
what would your vote have been?
I would have voted yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a development agreement, so we're just setting the agreement. It's not breaking ground. We're trying to sell the property.
Yeah.
Offload real estate.
I did.
And at a profit. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to put some of that money back into our stormwater fund, which was what they used to purchase the property way back when.
Yeah. I wrote.
Where does the rest of the money go? The proceeds go? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see which of the 87 trees that get sprinkled onto.
Wait a second. Don't jump ahead.
The what?
I did write a story about the thing, and I thought the land was already sold, and I got clarification today. It's not sold yet. It's expected to close in February.
We had to do the development agreement first.
And I think the price is $20 million, and the profit on that is, well, you guys bought all that property, much more than that, for like, I don't know, you got it for a steal.
It was
13?
way back when too. Yeah.
When the economy was in the crapper, and you guys got a good deal on it, and I think you're going to make a decent profit on this. So you're in favor of that project.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be good for that? You're part of the district, right? Is that
no,
your area?
that's District 6.
Okay. So
and it seemed like the community association there was
Big
in
time.
Yeah, they
full
worked with them.
support
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
that. I mean, there were a few people that got up and spoke that had concerns, but it seemed like most of the people there were in support of that going forward.
Yeah, and I've said it before. I've been hearing about the Seven Islands project since I was literally a child in high school. So
Really?
It's great to see it come to fruition. And of course, it's still going to be 10 or 20 years from now when we see it up
The
and
full
vertical.
thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the next question I want to ask you about was you've been asking a lot of questions about spending. You, I think, asked more questions than some of the other council members about spending. How do you feel about how the money's being spent, the taxpayer money's being spent?
I think it's a lot to learn. I think if I could go back in time before I was elected, I would have followed the budget process more precisely. It's over $1 billion budget, lots of accounts. It's not like private accounting or anything that you do in your private life. Government accounting is very difficult. I feel like I've made a good headway on trying to understand it, but it takes a team. I have a lot of people that are always emailing me, asking questions, and then I'm learning because they're learning. It's a lot.
Well, does because you're working in a bank, does that give you a little bit of a heads up on something? Because you were asking a lot of questions.
Yeah. So my job as a loan officer is to follow the money. I look for money laundering, and I turn that in. I also have to make sure that you can repay what I'm lending you. So I'm pretty good at staring at people's tax returns. I've got some very complicated borrowers, so that helps. I think that gives me a little bit of a leg up. But government accounting is completely different. It's out there.
Have you found any money laundering?
Through the city?
Yeah.
No.
So I was joking about that, but you didn't really answer the question.
But for a loan officer, yeah, I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Name a few names.
Oh,
I can't
stop.
name their names.
Why not? So
She doesn't want cement shoes.
Yeah.
That's right.
she likes jail sandals instead. So no, I'm
Jail
kidding.
sandals.
So no. So can you tell the taxpayers whether or not you think their money is being spent wisely?
It's tough to say because what is wise to you? For me, I want infrastructure, and I think we need to spend more on infrastructure. That's my number one focus going into this budget season, like it was last budget season. And then we need to figure out things like the yacht club and that spending and JC Park and that spending. I mean, it's been out of control for quite some time. The Go Bond is a great example of the overspending and out of control spending. We have projects that are still not complete. My backyard being one of them with Yellow Fever Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where would the money for infrastructure come from? Would it?
So again, there's 87 different trees.
What tree are you going to pull it from?
Well, the gas tax is one of them.
Okay.
The general fund is one of them. We have our new mobility fee. That's another one. You got to pull the money in from a bunch of different places. It's a lot to learn. In fact, any candidates out there listening, pay attention to the budget cycle.
Yeah, and if you don't know, the budget workshops are this next Friday and Thursday and Friday? Or?
Thursday and Friday, and we're in Tallahassee Sunday to Wednesday. So we have a full week, our part-time jobs.
Yeah.
But
So
I think it's really, like you said, I mean, it's hard for people to wrap their minds around it unless they have a whole lot of time to really to understand it. I mean, I don't know if there's any way to help educate people about it, because it is such a complex thing. And then people just hear one side or they hear the other side, but they don't really have the basis to really decide if this is accurate or that is accurate.
Completely agree. And I would say I feel I'm pretty intelligent. I mean, I'm not super intelligent, but I can catch on to things pretty quickly. I've been through the budget cycle one season now on council, and I still don't get it. I feel like I'm going into this one blind.
Yeah.
Takes a while. And then we get a whole new council in November, and we start back over training them on how to do it. And then in another year when they get it, and then they are going into their second year, we get a whole new council again. It's like the cycle never ends.
So the budget workshops next week are open to the public. They're in the council chambers. Are they all day? They're all day. Yeah. And boy, you want to talk about something that's boring to sit through, but it's very informational. I mean, you go through every single piece of whatever you're going to.
Red Bull.
A lot of stuff. A lot of bathroom breaks for Joe Kilrain too. I don't know if that's a long day for him.
You would never.
I know. I don't.
As long as he doesn't push his button, right?
Yeah.
Then we're gonna be sitting there hearing him for a while.
So you brought it up, and I wanted to ask you about that. When I heard that, I knew the session was starting in Tallahassee, but I heard like almost the entire council goes. I mean, why?
Yeah.
Why does everybody go?
Well, we're there with the Florida League of Cities. So there's a conference that happens as well, breakout sessions. Then we also meet with legislators. There's a lot of different meetings that are happening up there. Why everyone goes, I don't know, but I've been going to Tallahassee before being elected.
Yeah, and do you pay your own way for that, or does the city cover all the
Now
expenses?
that I'm elected, the city does cover it. It's my one and only expense report every year. But before being elected, I was going to Tallahassee at this time every year, and I would pay my way, of course.
Yeah, so
Actually, I think the bank would pick up the cost.
Yeah, so the city's paying for however many, the taxpayers are paying for whoever goes.
Yep.
The whole thing. And how long are you guys up there for?
We're there Sunday to Wednesday, and then we come back Thursday and Friday, have budget workshop, our part-time jobs.
Yeah. So that's travel, hotels, meals, all that comes back on the. I mean, is that a wise way for the taxpayers' dollar to be?
I think it's information. I think it's informational for all of us to learn in the breakout sessions, all of the meetings. There's a lot of camaraderie that happens. When you're meeting with other cities, you learn how they're doing it. You ask them about how they get it done, what their issues are. I've met with like Punta Gorda up there. It's interesting when you see and talk to not just your circle.
What are you guys going up to ask for? I know they're getting a little tighter on the purse strings in Tallahassee, but what are you going up to ask for?
Well, it's always for me, the UEP costs and money, any grants. And that's what I'm asking for.
Is there like an agenda?
Yeah, we have a whole, and it was presented in our October committee of the whole meeting.
Gotcha.
By the way, I just want to say I didn't get these questions beforehand, so just want to throw that out there for anyone watching, my other prior council members and mayor.
Well, let me clarify that. I didn't send Danelle the questions in advance. Lori Lehman got they're not the questions, they're the topics. But I do send the mayor the topics in advance.
I have no topics, no emails.
No, but the reason I do that is because I don't want. I guess I should have asked you if you wanted them. I'd rather they know the topics than they say I don't know, and I do the same thing on the beach.
So
too.
What you're saying is I'm pretty dang good.
You haven't said I don't know yet.
You do well on your feet.
But we're not even halfway through the list yet, so we'll see. So how is your relationship with the staff? And you asked
it's
a lot.
Interesting.
Explain.
It's interesting. I think our city manager doesn't know how to talk to me yet. And when I say that, it sounds rude or brash, but you guys, anyone that knows me, he has too many words. I'm a very direct, straight to the point person. That's probably why I feel, or they feel, that I'm interrogating staff when I'm up there. However, people that work with me at the bank know that's Rachel. If it's not just a one-line email, she's not reading it. Like, you need just one line, everything out there. So with city staff, city manager, he has too many words in his emails. Even today, I had a meeting with him. I'm like, that was a lot of words. Like, just straight to the point, dude.
You need the crib notes. Just
what was the meeting?
Just get to the point.
What did you ask about that he gave you too many words in response?
He wanted to meet about federal funding that we had and certain projects that were out there, and he was just explaining too much. I'm like, what do you need from me?
Yeah.
Like, what are we meeting for?
So did he need a vote from you on something?
He just wanted to see, like, give options of what we can do and how we can secure the money, or how we can keep some of these projects moving forward.
Okay. All right.
You've talked about having your job, and you've mentioned a couple of times about this being a part-time job.
Yeah.
There was a question or a comment at the citizens at the end of the citizens at the meeting during citizens input, and I think it was directed at you.
Yep.
And I just wanted to give you an opportunity to.
Well, you can't speak in tongues like that. I don't even recall.
Follow.
It was if apparently you responded to an email. I understood correctly.
She said in her email, "You work for me full time," and I said, "I work at the bank full time."
Wait, who was this?
So that's
what did I miss?
That's where. So that's the context of how that came up.
Yes.
Okay. And then she, said some other unkind things.
Mm-hmm. Rochelle Kaduk. That's what she said.
I think she said. I think she.
And now you know
why are you in that? Why are you in that seat?
Yeah, because the people chose for me to be there. And I would say, yes, I work at the bank full time. However, I'm also representing the people full time. The reason why she got that email back was because she said, "You work for me full time." Yeah, I do. But you also have to realize that I'm a human, and that's no way to speak to someone. And the bank pays my bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I stepped off the dais for the call.
Yeah. That lady was very upset. But she's been coming for the last few meetings, voicing her displeasure.
She wasn't the most upset, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know who was. Okay. So, Redfish is coming up. What can you tell us about?
That's interesting too about Redfish Point. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I can't even ask how can I send you the questions in advance, Rachel? You won't let me finish them.
You have to be quicker and more to the point.
Because now it wraps it back to staff. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to accuse anyone, but how else does the public know about Redfish Point coming back to council if staff didn't leak that? Because it hasn't been to council, it hasn't been to P&Z. Who is telling the people this?
I don't know how I found out, but I might have found out from somebody on P&Z I did.
But it hasn't come to P&Z yet. So who's leaking it?
No, I think the way it came to me was somebody said to me on the P&Z that Redfish Point is coming up soon. We don't know when, but we think it may be February,
do they know that?
March. I think somebody from staff told them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that wrong? No, is that wrong?
I think it's interesting. I don't think it's wrong per se, but they're leaking the info.
Yeah. Well, it is a public project, right? I mean, so they should all. I think they should all be out there. No, I mean, there should be. It should be totally transparent, like all the development.
Completely agree. However, when it's getting out to the public before it's even coming to us, and now we're getting emails on it, I'm like, what?
Right.
Well, and you're not voting on the development of the area. You're voting. You would be on the zoning.
The zoning.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not their.
No,
it goes to P&Z first.
That's an interesting. I don't want to get in the weeds of that, but that's an interesting thing. How that whole thing kind of came about. Somebody bought the land, I think, and didn't know they couldn't build on the.
Well, they can build. They just can't build to the density that they want.
I got you, because of the mangroves. And there's a group out there called Save Our Mangroves or Save Our something.
There's a bunch of groups out there.
Yeah, and we're having those folks on in a few weeks. So just so you know that. So that'll come up at some point this year. We don't know when yet.
Don't know when.
Right?
Is there
if you're asking me how I feel about it, let's see what comes before us. But so far, I'm listening to the public and they don't want it. So, but I don't even know what is being presented to us. Can we
talk about the yacht club for a second? Because I love talking about the yacht club. Are you surprised?
You're never going to a yacht club.
Were you surprised that the RFIs, the requests for information, are not even out yet?
Yes, of course. And I'm also surprised at, I feel like, I don't want to say this the wrong way and make anyone mad, but I feel like we missed the boat when I offered for us to put a GO bond or something similar. It would be a general obligation bond, and it's got a bad connotation because of what happened with the parks. However, if we had a general obligation bond specific to the yacht club, how are we going to fund this thing? That's why I threw it out there. Maybe we should sell it.
Yeah.
Was that just something you were throwing out there?
And I said that at the meeting. I said,
Yeah.
I'm just throwing this against the wall. I don't mean it, but what if we sell it? We bring that tax base back online. It's not us developing it or paying for it to be developed. Because my thought is, okay, right now we, the people, own the land. We, the people, are going to develop this for $225+ million and counting. But it's back down to 197, but we still don't have the pier anyways. So we're going to pay all this money for it to be developed, and then we're going to have to pay to use it and pay to park there. So we're just getting screwed the whole time in my head.
So Councilmember Donnell's, I think he was a little taken aback by some of the, I don't know if it was some of the work that was being done, maybe the engineering part of it was moving forward. Did you understand that was going to keep going, or were you under the impression that, I think he was, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, that everything was going to stop until the RFIs came in? What was your understanding of that? Because it seemed like he wasn't happy.
Yeah, I certainly knew it was going to keep going.
Okay.
Staff is going to continue to push anything forward until there's 5 votes to stop them. And there wasn't a motion made and 5 of us that voted, so they're going to keep going. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah, but at some point, I shouldn't say but, at some point you're so far into it, you're so many millions of dollars into it, you can't really go back.
You know, it's funny that you said that, because I asked for a complete breakdown, and I can share it with you. It's been emailed to council. I asked for a complete breakdown of everything from conception to date of what's been paid out, so we can make that decision. Sometimes you have to cut your losses
before you get any further.
That's right.
Well, you're in 6 or 7 million or something like that.
We're in
right?
36 million.
How are you in 36 million?
Because we're taking out the debt to do the marine improvements.
Okay. Which have to be done anyway. You want those no matter what for the beach.
But yeah, we're in 36 million right now, and we haven't done anything.
So in your
what do you think should be there?
You know, it's hard for me to say because I will never use that. It's way across town from me, but I don't think it should be some $225 million building.
When you talk to the people in the community, the constituents, what do they say? What do you think they
build
want?
back what we had,
which was a building and
yeah,
and the beach and
and the senior centers, and you have the pool, the building.
Yeah. So when the RFIs go out, and I think Mike said they get 30 or 60 days, and it's another 45. We're really looking at another 6-ish months before any kind of decision can be made with the way government works. It could be a
the
year.
RFI is just the information. This is just going to be like, here's what we think. It could be someone sending it in themselves and saying, this is what we think should be here. And we're like, no.
Yeah. And so, and so let's say you don't get any back. Then what do you do? What would you say you do? I mean, you're on the council. What would you do? What would you recommend that get done?
Well, for me personally, I'm not moving forward with a $225 million build. So what would we do? We'd have to, as a collective body, decide what we are going to build. But for me personally, it's not that. I'm still leaning on put the for sale sign out there and see.
Yeah. We ask a lot of the candidates how much they'd be willing to spend of the taxpayers' dollars on the yacht club. What is your limit to spend? Let's say there's no PPP. What's your limit?
That makes me infuriated to even think about, because originally it was 12 million with the GO bond, and here we are already 36 million in and have nothing to show for it. So to ask me what my limit is, it's already past it. Put the for sale sign out.
Is that zero?
It's not zero, because I definitely want to hear from the people and see exactly what they want, and we need to see what that would cost. But 225 million?
Yeah.
100 million is still way too much.
So I think it was the mayor that said, if I'm wrong, I apologize, that you're not building the
next 60 years.
For the next 60 years.
But does anything cost that much? I mean, we're not building the Empire State Building.
How much did that cost?
Not 225 million.
It probably got built in less time too.
It definitely did.
So you were at the same meeting I was at today about the 1 cent or the lady with the penny. I'm sorry, the lady with the penny
Yeah, Marsha Ellis.
No, not Marsha Ellis. Somebody on the board said, "Why are we going to?"
Laura from Bonita Springs.
Maybe I misunderstood, but
Laura
she
Carr.
said, like, "Why are we going to raise it for a penny? The penny's going away. Nobody's going to have any pennies left." And I was like, "What the?"
She didn't understand. Yeah, no, we're going from 6.5% to 7.5% on anything that you purchase. Yeah. So we're all going to be driving to Port Charlotte to buy our cars.
Yeah, and I felt like saying, "You're not going to be looking for your pennies. They're going to be looking for your hundreds."
Yeah.
So that was weird. But anyway, so it doesn't look like there's going to be a 1% sales tax increase for roads anytime in this year.
No. And I will say that the government has failed the people in this. They did not plan for the growth. They did not save for the growth. They kept their impact fees low. They should have raised them when they had the opportunity to. Now their hands are tied.
Yeah, and she complains. She says the same thing all the time. And so did Marsha Ellis today. It's poor planning. Yeah, we get that. We nobody's going to disagree with that. But now what? You have all these people coming. The roads can't keep up with the people that are here. There has to be, like, I would have voted yes for the 1% increase because you got to have money for the roads. I would rather pay the 1% than sit in that traffic on Daniels. I mean, wherever it's going to be. So what's the solution?
You can't keep in that cycle where you just keep letting things get built,
okay,
and do everything on the back end.
I agree, but then elect different people. But you have to do something
so Ed,
now.
We do the 1%. We're at 7.5%.
Yeah.
For 30 years.
Well, there are options. Like Cecil, I thought Cecil's idea was pretty good. You identify 2 or 3 projects and you say these are the projects.
Completely agree. There's no way this gets past the voters without education of exactly this is what we're spending the money on. And we want to see it done in a timely manner very quickly. It should be up to the voters. I agree. I would vote yes to put it on the ballot.
Oh, for sure. I mean, let the people
decide. And when
decide.
you get in there, no.
Yeah, I don't ever think there's a downside to letting the people.
I mean, I think about people on fixed income. I think about retirees. I think about people that are, we have our little bit of Social Security increase every year they have to deal with. Again, I lend people money for a living, so I get to see how tight it is.
Yeah.
It's going to choke out everyone that's just going to the store to buy tampons and stuff.
Oh, my God. Did you need to say that? Out of all the things you needed to say that.
I don't think they should be taxed, and they are.
Oh, gosh.
I don't think they should be taxed, and they are.
Yeah.
And then there's talk about the property tax and not having that. And where's that money going to come from? It's going to probably come from a sales
special
tax.
assessments.
Yeah.
Special assessment, sales tax. So you're going to be paying. Everybody that doesn't have, is going to be paying.
Something else I heard, I don't know if it was at your meeting or today's meeting about the bridge. I thought the county announced that your bridge was, or that if you're going to repair the bridge, you announce you're going to repair the bridge because you have the money. It made it sound like they didn't have all the money to replace the bridge.
Yeah, they don't.
Well, then why did they announce they were replacing the bridge? They're going to raise the tolls.
Well, because it's coming out, they are going to raise the tolls. I mean, I can't say that for certain. I'm being facetious when I say that, but.
Well, how else would you pay for it?
How else are they going to pay for it? Also, the bridge is coming up to its lifeline. Their bond is probably ending that they took out, so now they are going to take out another one. There's a lot of moving parts to that.
If you were a betting person, it's $2 now, right? Both ways. What would it go to?
No, it's $2.
It's $2 on the way in. All of us that live here pay it.
Yeah. What do you think it'll go to? What have you heard?
Man, I don't know, but look at what Sanibel is.
I know.
$6, right?
Yep.
Could it go to $6?
I hope not.
Wow, that's a lot.
That would be a big jump.
So, J.C. Park, real quick, were you in favor of there being a bar restaurant there? Would you have voted for that if you weren't on at the time? That was all.
I wasn't on at the time. The project was moving forward regardless. They already took out the trees. I think that J.C. Park, it's a curse word in our community now. It's unfortunate. The building is half built or almost going to be done. I hope we have the CO in April or whatever they're telling us. Did there need to be a bar and restaurant there? No, but there is one there now. So let's deal with it and see what bids have come in.
Wow, that was, you're running for office or something? That was a great political answer. No, would you have voted for the bar restaurant or not?
At J.C. Park?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have worked on J.C. Park. I would have said no to J.C. Park altogether.
I see. Leaving those invasive trees?
My backyard, Yellow Fever Creek, is still not complete.
Yeah.
Right.
So why are we J.C. Park jumped the gun on Festival Park, on Yellow Fever Creek, on Lake Mead, on everything else. The yacht club. What? Why? Because someone, an unsolicited P3, someone's friend, someone's friend.
Well, who?
Dan Shepard.
His friend?
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. I'm going to have to ask you to stop yelling at me because you're starting to hurt my feelings.
I know.
Now, do you know if there's been any applications for that building?
I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I think there's been one.
I mean, I'm
There's
sure there
only
have
one.
been.
There's only one.
Only one. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's public knowledge yet, but if it's in the hands of the city, it has to be made public at some point. All right. So
what would you like to see at the old golf course?
Yeah. All these fun things.
I had a call with the park developers or whatever they're called recently. And again, this is another one. I've heard mixed feelings on this. Some people say, walking paths, garden, exercise equipment. And the people that live there and others have said, restore it to the golf course. I'm okay with either. I really want to hear and band together with the public. There's so much land there. You could really do a lot.
What about a hotel? Would you be in favor of no hotel?
No hotel there.
No. Are there enough hotels in Cape Coral?
No.
You do need more.
We definitely need more hotels.
Where do they need to go?
Yeah, good question.
I would definitely say a missed opportunity would be the Northwest, but since the development agreement now has that, over at the Seven Islands, that's a good area. Northeast, we have one coming. We did vote on that recently too. I think it's good for the Northeast, Northwest to be focused on. But yeah, down here, there's really only the Westin. There's a few others, but not much.
So, by the way, Councilmember Lastra is having a town hall tomorrow. I don't remember where it is, but I think she's totally focusing on the golf course. So that's tomorrow. And you can probably go on our Facebook page and find out when that is, what time that is. Go ahead.
So I was asked the question that was sent in by a listener. I mean, we covered the first part of it, but somebody was asking how much FEMA money did the city get for the yacht club after Hurricane Ian?
I don't know specifically how much money the city got, but that was what me and Mike met about today, was the FEMA and HUD money that was coming in for the city as a whole, but not specific to the yacht club.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, back when things were getting knocked down by the storm, FEMA would give you the money if you if you put back what was there before. Like you could have put the old building back. I don't know how much was destroyed, but you could have put it back with all FEMA.
50% rule.
With all was it under the 50% rule?
It was the 50% rule. That's why they tore it down.
Oh, it was above the 50%. Yeah. I got you. So, but
I never got to walk the building or anything like that. I wasn't on council. I didn't even think about running back then. But that's what I was told, was that it was over the 50% rule, so it had to be torn down.
Gotcha. And so, for the way I understand it, is FEMA gives you, whenever they decide they're going to give you the money, which takes forever, they'll.
Well, that's why Mike and I met today. There's even talks of the money not even coming now.
Yeah, I heard about that. What?
So it hasn't.
We don't have the money.
Okay, none of it.
Not the HUD money, not the FEMA money.
When you say
like 127 million, we don't have it.
I think it was 28. When you say the HUD money, you mean the CBDGR money.
Right.
Everybody's freaking out about that, even the county. Yeah, and it sounds almost like the feds are trying to pull all that money back.
That's exactly why he met. He was like, if they pull it back, here's the projects we have.
What are the projects that would suffer?
I didn't bring my notebook, but I have them, and I'll share it with you.
I should have sent you that question in advance.
Yeah, I know, right? You should have given me the questions in advance. I could have came prepared. No, there's a few projects that are already happening that we should move forward with. Something like generators at City Hall, things like that.
Yeah.
Generators at our fire stations.
Is the money getting clawed back
at the federal level?
At the federal level, is that? I mean, how realistic of a scenario do you think that is?
Very realistic. We have Donald Trump in office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I love. I'm just saying. We're pulling back government money everywhere.
Yeah. And it was mostly, I think, the CBDGR money was mostly trying to be aimed at low-income housing or something like that. Was there any plan for that in the Cape?
I'm not sure if there was.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do think there have been.
Okay.
Do you think it's needed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody had a question about, and I don't know, a Lake Mead.
Okay. What about it?
It says, is Lake Mead dead forever? I don't know what that means.
No, Lake Mead's not dead forever.
What is the history of that?
So we voted on it, I don't know, a few months ago. The YMCA met with us. They have to fundraise a lot of money, like $30 million. That's a hard. Cape Coral is not Naples. We cannot do that. So staff presented to us, do you want to move forward pad ready and, have everything ready so that another company could come in and develop it, like what the Y was going to do, or the Y could come back in and do it. And we voted yes. We got that passed.
Okay.
So Lake Mead it's moving. It's just government, so it's not moving like quickly. Yeah, but we did vote, and that's going forward.
What do you think is a solution for? There's going to be some kind of property tax issue when the state is all said and done that will most likely have an impact on every municipality. How do you guys overcome?
This one's interesting, especially I'm going to put my lender hat on. Out of 10 loans that I do, 9 of them are for investors. And whether you love that or hate that, those people are paying a lot more in their taxes. They're not homesteaded properties. The homesteaded people are the ones using the roads and the services daily. These people are investors paying the higher tax rate and not using the services. So I find it very interesting that the state decided to do this.
Yeah. I mean, but
I don't know what the solution is. I got to see what ends up on the ballot, and then I have to learn so I can educate, and it's going to be interesting.
Cape Coral is majorly screwed if the property taxes go away. I mean, crazy. It doesn't. I mean, I don't.
Does that worry you? Do you?
Yeah, it's going to be
you
interesting.
Up at night?
Yeah.
You can forget about your raises for a damn long time if that happens.
There's no raises. Yeah.
So, have you been watching? Go ahead.
I'm going to ask about
go ahead.
that. So somebody was talking about bridges. The Islands Project, the 7 Islands Project, is putting in a community center on the island. Are they going to have to build a bridge to that, or it went away? Or is that only for boaters?
For who?
For boaters.
For voters?
Voters.
Okay. For voters?
And from what the developer said, that community center is going to be built first.
Yes, they had certain islands that they were going to work on in order.
And didn't they have to do that within the first 6 years, and something else was 8 years, and then the hotel? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So will they need a bridge for that?
I don't know. I'm not the developer. I really don't know.
But is it off? It's in the water where that community.
I need to go out there and look. Yeah. I've never been out there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
should have sent you that question in advance, so you.
Yeah, you should have.
We should take a road trip out there.
I've only seen the plans for everything and the different islands and which ones they were doing in order.
I didn't see. Yeah, I didn't see.
Yeah,
well, and I'm not an engineer.
Yeah,
so.
I couldn't tell where the community center was going to be, whether it was on the land or if it was on one.
Well, there's going to be an amphitheater, like an outdoor little amphitheater. That's going to be awesome. We need more entertainment here.
Yeah. So the other night at the meeting, the public comment was very entertaining, as it always is.
Yeah.
What did you think of? How do you think about how public comment is going?
I think that everyone has a right to come up there and speak for the 3 minutes, and I listen and I write down their names. When they do actually fill out the comment cards, I try to email them back.
Right.
I try to gather the info and email them what they're looking for. If you mean how it's going, like at the end or at the beginning.
Yeah.
I still like it at the end, specifically because you get to see the meeting. And I know people were like, well, you're talking after you vote, but there's public hearings and quasi-judicial hearings where you can speak. And if you changed any of our minds and we voted in favor, we could make a motion and change it right then too. So there's ways around it.
Yeah. And the meetings haven't been going crazily long. I mean, that wasn't that long a meeting.
No, not at all.
I mean, it wasn't. I know some of the concern was, if you have long meetings.
We could have a specific time, like public input is at 5:30. And if we start our meeting at 4 or something like that, that would make it, I think, easier. Because right now it's like when.
Yeah.
Now the rules were read at the meeting.
Yep.
Do you feel that? Do you agree with all the rules? Is that a necessary thing to do at each council meeting? What do you?
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I'm up there snickering sometimes. I don't care about the clapping, the stomping, whatever. It doesn't really bother me. However, it is a business meeting, so I understand that there should be professionalism and things like that.
So here's the thing about that. I think the clapping thing, who cares? I mean,
right.
I know you have rules, but when you guys have these declarations at the beginning where the kids come up and they get their awards, everybody's clapping. Yep. So it's not really, you're not really being.
Well, and the rules, it was kind of funny. I know the mayor couldn't hear, and I feel bad because I did pick on him and I didn't have my microphone on. But I don't even know, I haven't watched the video back, but he read the rules.
Yeah.
Lisette Follow comes up and she says, Rachel Kaduk. And I'm like, hello, read the rules, address us as a whole, cut her off. Right. And then he said, I couldn't hear her.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. She has an accent which makes it a little hard to understand.
But you could definitely hear my name.
Yes, she has a swirling Kaduk when she says that. For
Rachel
sure.
Kaduk.
And that all started with, I think, with a code violation, like I don't know, 6 months ago or something. Now she's a regular up there.
Yep. It had to do with her property, and I was told by code that she had a special magistrate. And I've tried to help. I really don't know what else she wants from me.
Yeah.
I'll email her again and I'll ask.
All right. So the flag, the 200. Did you guys watch the Chicago Bears game last week?
I did.
They had Mike's flag right on the field there. That thing looked like it was huge.
It was huge.
Yeah. Do we know where we are with the flag and how much?
I don't know. I haven't been following it at all.
Yeah.
I think one of my neighbors came up and said, how much have you all personally donated? And I will publicly say I've donated $0 because I have to pay $37,365 for water and sewer coming before March 31st.
Yeah. And
So
You're going to need another Christmas bonus.
Yeah.
I'm going to need another Christmas bonus, and I'm going to need to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, and you just got an unexpected expense that you weren't planning on paying for. So, so do we have any idea? I've asked the mayor this the last two Mondays. By the way, our next Monday, I think, is this Monday at 5 o'clock. I haven't heard back from him, so I'm hoping it's Monday. What happens to that money if
I haven't been told yet.
Don't the council members think they should know what? No, not a single council member I've asked knows what's going to happen with that money. And that, I mean, honestly, that seems silly that you guys don't know.
I have no idea what's going to happen with it.
Well, is that because you haven't asked or because?
I mean, I personally have not asked. I think it would be interesting to see. I think we should.
Can't it just go back to the people?
I agree. It should just go back. Why not?
Yeah, but I wonder.
Unless they want to donate it to something else, the youth council or
special
populations
Let me. I had donated something to a 501c3 on the beach, and I felt like the guy wasn't following through on what he said he was going to do. So I said, dude, give me my money back because you're not doing what you said you were going to do. And he goes, that's not the way a 501c3 works. I can't give you your money back. Now, I don't know if he was telling the truth or not, but I hope you guys don't have to say that to the people that donated the money, that because that's a 501c3, right?
I have no clue. I don't know what they did.
I think it's an official 50. Okay, I got you.
I
thought it was an official 501c3.
I didn't dive into that. When the flag talk happened at a committee of the whole on August 13th, and I had just given birth.
Yeah.
So I didn't pay attention to it. I did agree with the council. I was watching the meeting from the hospital bed. I agreed with the council that we should not be paying for it.
No,
the advertising that's going along with it.
I think that's a lot of trade advertising. I don't think that's any money.
I hope.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was told.
They're printing off QR codes here and there. Yeah. What? That's trade? Is it?
I don't know if it's all trade, but I asked about the billboard, and I was told the billboard was trade. And I know the 92.5 is just probably doing it. And I hope it works out. I mean, that would be an awesome thing to have. I mean, it would be a great thing, but that's a lot of money. I mean,
a lot of money.
Having fundraisers. We're trying to build a women's club on the beach. That's a lot of money to try and raise. So
it's why Lake Mead isn't off the ground. The YMCA cannot raise $30 million if we can't even raise $30,000 for a flag.
You know,
or whatever they're at right now.
Have you been paying attention to the kind of the open seats on the council? What's going on with the candidates? So, who's your favorite candidate for the district that's going to replace Keith? Who you're backing in the Keith? What number is that? 6?
Yeah, District 6. There's 3 people in the race right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be more.
For the ones that have filed now, if you were to pick somebody, who would it be?
You know, we get to vote.
Yeah.
Silently in our anonymously.
But you never back down from a single question. Never.
Annette Warren.
Okay, you're for Annette. So
he guilted you right into that.
And you know why? I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
She's been involved for quite some time at the county level. She was at the MPO meeting this morning.
Yes,
she's going to everything. That doesn't mean I won't change my mind. However, right now she's my front runner.
Now there are I think 4 candidates for mayor. Who are you?
Rich Erickson, Kara Rogers, Rich Leone, John Gunter.
And who are you favoring right now?
Favoring?
Yeah.
None. Favoring. Yeah,
there's got to be a front runner in your mind.
There's going to be more that get in the race.
Okay, well we have 4 now, Rachel. I mean, come on.
She does. She
you
said
picked one and the other
right
one.
Now. But
you have to have. Who do you
John
like?
needs to stop taking shots at me. Rich Erickson, I've never seen this guy before in my life.
Yeah.
Kara Rogers, while I think her heart is in the right place, I haven't seen her attending anything, but it doesn't mean she's not watching. And
Right.
she's an attorney, so she's probably smart enough to do it. But I think if it were me, now that I've done this, I would definitely run for a council seat before mayor.
Yeah. Or get on a committee.
John Gunter did that, and Rich Leone did that.
Yeah. He's taking shots at you. What do you mean?
He's taking shots at me. You've seen it. Don't even. You've seen it. Everyone has seen it.
Oh, it's all in good fun, right? It's politics is an ugly game.
Politics are politicking.
Yeah. So, and the other seat has who's in the other seat? I if I don't have the sheet in front of me, what's the other district that's up? You got Keith.
Jen Nelson. She's the only one in the race.
You think anybody will run against her in that district? Does anybody?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And she's a favorite in that district. And who's in the other one? Who do we have in the other?
District 1, we have Sean Hartman, Tom Senator, Monica
Shintani.
Who
is
else?
that the only three so far?
I don't know.
Do you have a front runner in that one that you like?
Sean Hartman right now.
Okay.
He's been following the council meetings
Yes.
long before I ever even decided to run.
Yeah. He's a good dude.
He's a good kid.
He comes to
But who else is going to get in that race?
Right.
I don't know.
When we had, I don't remember who said it last week on the show that they thought like there was going to be like 10 people running for mayor. Do you really think there'll be that
I think
many
there probably
people?
will be, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, they have until what, June to get in?
Yeah. And then
I would, if it were me, I would do the strike attack right on the last day.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at you.
The
I don't know.
sneak attack?
Yeah. I would do it on the very last day. In fact, when I
The
ran,
very last moment.
I'd be there waiting. You know, it's like qualifying's June 1st at noon. I'd be there June 1st at 11:59. Yeah.
So,
that way they can't do any intel or research on you. And really the only reason to get in early is to start fundraising, but it's stagnant.
Uh-huh.
Now you're starting to see everyone do their events and everything.
Yeah.
And right now, to go back to mayor, I would pick Rich Leone.
Okay. All right.
Can you see a day where you would want to take that?
Well, that was my next question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have 3 years left, right? A little more than, a little
2.
less than 3 years.
Well,
Yeah.
now
2
we know
years.
you're going to wait till the last minute to do it.
Well,
so.
maybe do a whole nother 4 years on council and then mayor. We'll see. I
Wait,
don't know.
so isn't it a 2-term term limit?
Yeah.
And so does that include like if you were on the council for 2 terms as a council member?
You can take a break and then you can go back in.
No, but can you run for mayor right after that, or it's the same thing?
I could run for mayor.
So you can do the council for 2 terms, and then it
with my
doesn't
district-
land in the same. It doesn't
Exactly.
land
With
in the
my
same
district,
election.
it doesn't line up with the mayor race, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Cool.
But really, right now, being a council member, he has no more power than me.
Right.
He just sets the agenda and runs the meeting.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it would be even hard to run the meeting because you're having to pay attention to the lights. We're all pushing our buttons.
Yeah.
I kind of get to sit back and listen to everyone. He has to keep it going.
You know what I wish I would go ahead, dear.
I was going to say, you brought up about how he has no more pull than anybody else. What do you think about the conversation about a strong city manager versus a strong mayor?
I'm glad you brought that up. I am glad that Keith brought that up, and he is on the right path. We have to talk about it to educate the people. Whether it passes and goes on the ballot or not, whatever. It's hearsay. The reason why I voted yes is so that we could seriously talk about it and educate the people that we are powerless. It is staff. So unless there's 5 of us that agree and we make a motion and there's 5 of us that vote in that way, staff is running the show. It's the biggest eye opener since being on council. I really do feel like, oh, you're powerful. No, I'm not. Unless I have 4 other people standing in line with me, I can't really do anything.
Well, you do set the policy that they're supposed to be following. The council does set the policy.
Yeah.
So it's not powerless.
Well, we set the policy with 5 votes.
Right.
So when someone comes to me and says, you can do this, no, I can't.
I see.
I see. You've got my vote. Go court 4 other people now. So you have 5 and let's get it done.
Yeah. And I mean, this isn't saying anything out of tune because I've covered different town managers. They're trying to make sure they have enough. They're just watching what's going on. They see councils change. They see opinions change. They're trying to keep their job. I'm not specifically talking about Mike or anybody,
right?
But they are trying to keep their job. And as long as they have, in this case, 5 votes for whatever they're talking about, they're safe and they're good. And that's just the way the politics are set up in a lot of these communities right now with a strong manager.
Yes.
He's the CEO of the town.
Yeah, he is.
So,
and I don't know if it's necessary to change that. Maybe in the future it is, but we definitely needed to talk about it.
yeah, and the other side of that, I'm not saying you're picking a side, but you have the opportunity to go to the next meeting and make a motion to fire him. I'm not saying him.
Right, I can make the motion, but I need a second, and then I need 4 other votes.
But if the mayor's doing something and he's an elected position and he changes his mind the next month and decides he's going to run amok, you can't do squat for 4 years. That guy is in that seat for the rest of 4 years, unless the governor comes in for some reason.
Or they start a petition and they get him removed.
Yeah, you could do a recall, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Please, no recalls.
I know. God, that really tears up a community. Yeah. Anyway, so a bird told me, I don't know if this is true, and you can shoot it down, that Kevin Rowane's seat expires after his next term, and that they would like to see you run for county board because Kevin represents Cape Coral. Would you do that?
So I would definitely run for county commissioner. However, I am Brian Hammond's district.
Okay, and Brian is running for election this year.
Yep.
So he has 4 years.
Yep.
Gotcha. So
and then he terms out. That way. Yeah. He actually was the one that set term limits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had him on the show. I remember him saying that.
Does anybody have any questions from the audience for Rachel? Is she doing okay today? I mean, I know she's got to break out of her shell, maybe by the next show. So, did any issue not get covered that's going on at the council that you want the people that are watching to know about?
Out?
Yeah,
I mean, not necessarily straighten out, but I think everyone knows, and I think I'll give Dan Shepard some credit here. He said at one of our council meetings after we got elected that there is someone on council that had a vision, and he was speaking about me. For me, I want to see a performing arts hall and or an amphitheater in Cape Coral. Our size definitely has the population to support something like that. Doesn't need to be government funded, not necessarily, but I just can't believe that we haven't done this. We have nowhere to see our kids graduate. We have nowhere to see a concert or watch shows, plays, musicals, comedy. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a place in mind, an area in mind?
Yep. I sure do.
Oh, thank you for that very revealing answer.
Yep.
You're going to propose it at some point to somebody
Well,
somewhere?
first, we're going into our budget season, and I'm going to be looking hard at Festival Park. I got swindled into voting for the Go Bond because they called swindled. They called me, they called my husband, they called my mom, they called everyone.
Who's they?
Whoever the political call was at the time, trying to court people for the 2018 Go Bond vote.
Okay.
And I said, no, I don't use the parks. It's fine, on the phone call. They're like, well, what are you into? And I was like, I like musicals and plays. Oh, well, at Festival Park, we're going to be putting an amphitheater. I was like, what? Okay, I'm in, where you can see concerts. And then come to find out, oh, that's phase 2. And now I'm in government, phase 2, and it's going to be 40 million plus.
Neverland.
Yeah.
And the Go Bond, just for a little bit of history, was you guys went to a referendum and you voted on
It was a referendum in 2018.
For how much?
60 million.
$60 million.
$60 million.
$60 million, and that was to go to
multiple
rehab
parks.
The parks.
Yep.
And is that money all been spent?
Way overspent. 84 million and counting.
Oh
right?
Wow. So how do you approve a 60 million Go Bond and spend 84?
So in
How
fairness,
does that budget work?
Yeah, right. I know. I'm still learning. In fairness, we did have, so that was 2018. It got passed. Then 2019, and I wasn't on council, but I assume they start planning. 2020 COVID hits.
Yeah,
everything shut down. Cost escalations, everything shot through the roof, building wise, material wise. So I can see how this escalated.
Gotcha. Any other issues?
No, not really. I mean, we're going to Tallahassee. I want to hear from everyone. I want to thank everyone for their support through my very tough time in my life.
Yeah.
It was not easy. Lots of tears were shed, and the community really rallied around me and lifted me up, which was awesome.
You know, when something like that happens and I think we're kind of friends, and I was like, okay, well, what do you say to somebody when that happens? You don't say how you're doing, because obviously you're doing shitty.
Awful.
You don't say how you're doing. I mean, so it's, you want to, it's good that you got a lot of support. I'm sure other people smarter than me knew what to say, but it's just like, you don't really know what to say. You just hope everything works out.
I know your social skills are not
I know,
so
when
good.
it comes
I
to stuff like
apologize.
that,
I don't know what he said, but hopefully
sometimes things come up. I cry like a little baby on the show. It's like, and she can pick up on it when it's happening. It usually involves kids and pets.
Yep.
Not jail slippers or anything like that. So.
Yeah. You have shed a few tears.
All right, big hand for our guest today, Councilmember Rachel Kaduk. Stick around for the music, everybody. Thank you, Rachel, so much. We appreciate you coming on. And Our next show, everybody, will be Monday when we do Mondays with the Mayor. That's a virtual show. I have to stand up because I have sciatica, and it's really bad. God. I wanted to do the 100-mile bike ride on Sunday, but I can't.
I mean, I do honestly feel bad for you, but putting your shoes on is getting really old. Really old.
I had to ask
and I draw the line at that. That is the only thing.
I've never done this before, but I think I have to go on Amazon and buy slip-on sneakers. And that's like, that's what your grandfather does. He buys slip-on sneakers. And when I asked you to tie my shoes, I knew I reached a new low in my life. So I won't be riding Sunday, but we'll be looking for you to take first place in your age group, Grandma. Thank you all for coming and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.